Hello, my name is Kang. I'll be presenting the findings from my usability testing of the TCGPlayer website. So what is TCGPlayer? TCG stands for Trading Card Games. The website is an online marketplace for collectible trading cards. It connects buyers and sellers worldwide and is known best for determining the market price, value, and demand of collectibles. To test the usability of the TCGPlayer website, I came up with 6 research questions to focus on. How easily and quickly users reach their goals, what navigation paths are taken and how efficient they are. Does expertise level impact navigation paths? What obstacles do users face? How satisfied are users with their experience on the site? What design elements do users find appealing and unappealing? To answer these questions, I will conduct a summative usability test to determine how usable the current interface of the TCGPlayer is. The study will be a within subjects design, as the study includes a small participant pool due to time and budget limitations. A within subjects design also allows for each participant's performance to be directly compared, allowing for varying navigation paths caused by individual differences to be highlighted. Before usability testing, I conducted some preliminary research. I started with a heuristic evaluation where I explored the website to discover as many navigation pathways a user may take. Referencing Nielsen's 10 principles for design, I discovered 51 design problems within TCGPlayer's user experience. I took note of each problem through the US check extension and rated the severity and noted a recommendation to solve the issue. I compiled a list of findings with the high severity rating of 4. First off, non-English cards were found in listings in the Pokemon product line despite a Pokemon Japan category existing. Saving cards for later removes the specific seller without a warning notice, and this action cannot be undone. Lastly, clicking payment info in the shipping settings page results in an error page. Next, I did some in-field research at a card show. I casually interacted with and observed potential site users and brainstormed 3 main tasks: to search for the market price of an owned collectible, to optimize your cart, and to list a product to sell. I conducted a cognitive walkthrough focused on these tasks by documenting each step of the task and answering Lewis and Ryman's 4 questions for each step. Then I rated the severity of each task. I compiled a list of findings about task 1 and 3, as those are the focus within my usability test as well. The cognitive walkthrough revealed that a novice user may skip filtering the product line, preventing access to the many other specific filter options. Users can easily skip the gray pre-filled number in the text box. When they try to publish, there will be no aid in figuring out what is happening. Is the button not loading? Is the form filled incorrectly? The lack of feedback or change in the website page after publishing of a listing was also a source of concern, as it may lead to users listing the same items more than once. A change in the site only occurs when the user leaves the page and reloads it. Now let's move on to how the usability test was performed. To gain the most insightful data, I aim to recruit a diverse group of individuals to uncover the range of potential challenges and improvements for the website. The ideal characteristics align with what real users of the site are like. They are interested in collecting, buying, or selling physical Pokemon trading cards. They've been to a physical location for trading, buying, or selling cards, and they use online resources for trading cards and their prices. But really, anyone can start to use the site as long as they have an interest in physical Pokemon trading cards, so I was very lenient on who was included in the test. The exclusion criteria was just to ensure that the participants could physically partake in the usability test. I initially attempted participant recruitment for an in-person study at a Pokemon card show, but left with no participants willing to provide 40 minutes of their time at the convention. Before the next card show, I revised my test plan to a virtual study and attempted recruiting through online groups and forums. I also made handmade booster packs as an incentive at my second attempt recruiting at a card show, resulting in a successful 3 screener survey submissions. I gathered 5 participants for my usability study, excluding my pilot. The participants vary in level of expertise about Pokemon and the TCGPlayer website or similar sites and tools. Prior to the usability test, the participants were required to complete a short screener survey on Google Forms. If qualified to participate, I reached out through their indicated preferred form of contact and scheduled an interview. Before the scheduled time, I sent a copy of the informed consent form for them to review at their own pace. During the usability test call on Discord, I obtained verbal consent before and after starting the audio and screen recording using OBS Studio. I read aloud the pretest questions to gain an understanding about their background and prior experiences. I then sent a document of the task and related content for them to refer to as they completed the 3 tasks. Post-task questions followed the completion of each task. The study ended with a post-task questionnaire and debriefing. The first task was to search for the market price of a specific collectible. The second task was to browse and filter from one specific seller shop to add enough items to meet the $5 minimum for free shipping. The third task was to list the product to sell with photos. The usability test revealed several issues through task observations and feedback. I will present the results by dividing them into 6 categories based on our research questions. The results will be followed by the corresponding findings and recommendations to improve the usability of the site. These are the task data, including the success rates and average times. Rejected task attempts means that the user believed they completed the task correctly when they did not. The test error for task 2 was due to not taking into account the difference in listings for those in Canada. Note that task 3 has an unusually low success rate, high error percentage, and long task times. Participants were then asked the question, of the tasks, which one did you feel were the most challenging? And all participants chose task 3, which was listing a product to sell with photos. This unanimous vote is due to the many struggles during the lengthy task attempts. All users clicked on the listing items help guide link, thinking it was for the action of listing an item at least once. 4 out of 5 participants did not see the add listing with photos option, with 1 finding it later in the task, and 3 out of 5 participants were frustrated and confused about navigating to add their card for sale, even with access to the help guide. These results shine a light on what exactly made task 3 so challenging for users. To improve the user experience, there is a need for more intuitive navigation, clearer wording, and better visibility for call to actions. In task 1, the 2 users that searched the card with their associated number got 1 search result, while the other 3 users searched only the name, leading to more time scrolling and searching by image. When asked how they learned about the specs and filter meanings, 4 out of 5 users said they learned from experience, friends, or the community. In task 3, those without prior experience with the site claimed the seller portal was busy and overwhelming. Those familiar with the site and knowledgeable about card identification and terminology were able to reduce task times by spending less time scrolling and analyzing a large amount of new information. New users expressed confusion about what to look for and felt overwhelmed by the busy pages. This indicates the need for the site to be more intuitive and to implement a guide within the listing process, maybe showing only necessary information during each step to avoid overwhelming the user. One participant suggested incorporating an AI that allows users to take a picture of the card to search for it, possibly autofilling information about the card as well. Instead of typing and filtering to locate the card you wish to sell, you can simply upload an image into the search bar. An AI system will read the spec details of the card and accurately quickly find your card, potentially even determining condition and price suggestions, streamlining the entire listing a card with photos process. Several participants experienced obstacles and errors while completing the tasks. For task 1, 2 users viewed the top right price as the market value of the card. 3 users added the top right price without browsing the other listings, and the only participants to browse other listings and correctly locate the market value thought the top right price was the overall price of the listings. All participants were misinformed. The top right price is just the cheapest listing, prioritizing sellers that are a part of Direct by TCGPlayer. Whether the participants added the top right price due to convenience or unawareness of other listings, the location is deceiving. Participants suggested displaying the market value price at the top of the card's page instead. For task 2, 3 out of 5 users added a non-English card to their cards. All participants that encountered wanting to see listings of outside of a specific seller's shop were left stuck as they did not notice the blue Leaf Store bar at the top of the page. 2 out of 5 users did not notice the shipping details on each listing, and 2 out of 5 users tried to add a card to their carts but were met with a pop-up stating its unavailability. These pain points reveal that there are issues with the organization of listing as well as the visibility and location of important buttons. For task 3, 3 users were required to sign in again because they clicked on the Sell With Us button. 2 of the 3 users were adamant on not signing in again, going so far as to backtrack and explore other potential pathways that may not have existed to access the seller portal without signing in again. All participants struggled with searching for the card they were trying to list for sale. Searching the card and its number led to no results despite the touchdown suggestions, including a card with its number. And all participants that tried to filter to reduce time scrolling also struggled. The obstacles within Task 3 suggest the need for consistency across the site's navigation paths and flexible parameters for a search and filter options. Users were asked to rate their experience completing each task on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being easy and 5 being difficult and 5 being easy. They were also asked if the site met their expectations. The ratings of user experience and satisfaction were quite low for Task 3. Participants gave lower ratings to tasks that took more time and involved more obstacles. Most found the first task easiest because it was simple and quick to complete. This suggests that processes should be quick, easy, and straightforward to improve user satisfaction. Participants liked the card art and availability of necessary information. However, the seller portal was described as ugly, busy, and outdated. A few participants also mentioned their dislike of how the buyer side and seller side do not seem to be the same website. Note the change in site design aesthetics as we transition to a specific seller's shop. The difference between the main site and seller portal are also very drastic. Users found the seller site confusing and overwhelming due to its outdated and cluttered layout. The feedback about the site design suggests the need to modernize the seller portal by simplifying and aesthetically improving its design elements. The usability testing taught us much about how users interact with the TCGPlayer website and how they face obstacles. With a better understanding of how users struggle, what frustrates them, and what they expect, we can construct specific steps to improve the user experience. As usability testing is an iterative process, future testing is imperative. Increasing the participant pool of varying levels of expertise will help uncover a broader range of uses and elevate the credibility of our findings. A participant deeply involved in the seller's community revealed that shifting the focus to testing users on a mobile device is worthwhile for future research. It will help identify usability issues that more accurately reflect real user experiences. Thank you for showing interest in my usability test on the TCGPlayer website. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you may have about my research. Thank you.